didn't know it did that. I'm recording on Zoom. I am over on Zoom. If you're more of a visual person and you would prefer to look at PowerPoint slides, like I'm just going to talk for you guys on, I'm going to stop doing that because I'll be like, hi. Yeah, so this is a talk all about low tox living and clean and natural solutions for your home and for your family. And I'm just going to say, if you prefer like to look at visuals and things like that, I am on Zoom at the same time. So pop into Zoom if you want, or just stay here on Instagram, that's fine. That's why I'm kind of doing this a little bit. Yeah, so thanks for joining, and I'm going to share my screen on here so I can actually get the flipping slides up. How are you all? Once we get going, I pretty won't like be looking at comments and questions and things because my tiny brain can't handle that. Okay, so I'm just going to start the presentation, but really what we're just going to talk about, we're going to talk about natural solutions, and I think we're all kind of aware nowadays, aren't we, that hang on, there we go, that there's a lot of bad stuff in our homes, in our beauty products, in our cleaning products. And I've always been aware of this. And if you know me, you know this is how I roll. I'm either all in or I'm all out with things. That's not necessarily a good way to be. And what I've had to do with this whole subject is find my own place of like, okay, I'm good with just prioritizing these things. So yeah, low tox living, what is it all about? That's what we're going to talk about today. I am no expert in this. There's going to be people who are watching on Instagram that will probably want to correct me. Feel free to correct me in the comments or whatever. I know people personally who are very much more expert on this subject than me, but it's something I'm really getting super passionate about. This idea of a holistic home, like, you know me, I'm really into my holistic health. And for me, that extends into the home. Like, what is the point in going to the gym or going for a run and then having that kind of holistic mental health too, and you know, doing all the nice self-care things if we're covering ourselves in putrid, dangerous chemicals? And that's not an exaggeration either. I think I went down rabbit holes today putting some slides together for this, and I've really tried to keep it simple. I ended up just copying and pasting some things across because I don't want to get all scientific. I don't know this, I'm not a scientific person, but we're going to talk about ways that we can make our home more holistic and more healthy for us and our families, and some recipes. When I say recipes, if this was about food, I would be like, yeah, I don't need slides, I'll just talk all day because I'm just so good off the cuff on that stuff. But these recipes are so simple. Like, when it comes to making your own things for at home, for the holistic home, I am not someone who's going to have 6 ingredients in a big mixing bowl and all those things. I can send everybody who's into all of that, I can send you an amazing booklet that uses doTERRA essential oils. If you want those more, that kind of, if you're looking for lots and lots of recipes, I'm going to give you what I do, and they could not be simpler. By the way, that's not like a cigarette going in the background. It's a diffuser, which is very on subject, right? So yeah, we're going to talk about what is low tox living, the idea of a holistic home, some very simple recipes, and then just how to get started. So like I say, if you want to, click on the link in my bio and go over to Zoom, and I'll let you in. And sorry, rain is so noisy, and you'll see some slides, but feel free to just stay on Insta too. But that's why I'm looking over here, because I've got some slides. So what is low tox living? It's very much, for me, a work in progress. Low tox life, for me, it means living more simply and most simply reducing the toxins in our home. Like, I don't think it's going to be possible. It's such a huge subject to completely eliminate toxins from our home. Like, when you really start to get into this, it's frightening. From carpets to the armchair you're sat on to the paint you're using. So what I've tried to do in this talk is just go, look guys, this is where I'm at, and maybe this is where you would be or like to be, oh, pause due to poor connection, reconnecting. Oh, come on. It's paused, I don't believe it. What if I put onto 4G? Would that be better? I'm back. Pause due to poor connection. So I've gone onto the 4G. Hopefully that'll be better. I hope not many of you dropped out then. Okay, so yeah, it's very much, this is where I'm at with it. And maybe because I always think my little community and the people I know online are really similar to me. Like you attract what you're like. And I think if you're a kind of a mom who likes to be as natural as possible, but you just don't have 4 hours a day to be making everything from scratch all the time, this is where I'm at, and I think you might enjoy some of the things that I'm doing. So what is Low Tox Life? It's living more simply and most simply reducing the toxins in our home for the health of our family and ourselves, but also for the planet. Like, I think we are, as women, and many of us are mothers, we are custodians of the home. We are the ones that make the important decisions most of the time about what we buy, about what comes into our home. And we're the custodians of this planet. We're the custodians of our home. We as mothers are raising the next generation. We want to set a good example to kids, and teach them about, like, it's not just recycling. Like, let's stop putting all this crap down the plug hole and into the atmosphere. You can take baby steps. You don't have to be all in or all out, which is what I kind of, when I first got into this, I was like, I'm all in, and just kind of, you know, just went so far into it, and then it got overwhelming, and then that's when you go, I haven't got time for this, and you go back to old habits. So let's try and keep it fairly simple. So the toxins in our homes, big brands get away with unbelievable shit when it comes to this subject. And I was a bit like, how is this possible? How can they get away with this? What made me really angry as well was, you know, a lot of my mind instantly went to like baby products, right? Bath your baby in this, cover your baby in this, and you just don't need to. And not only do you not need to, it's actually bad for them. So cancer causing, skin harming, lung damaging, hormone disrupting, infertility causing, respiratory issues, skin problems, I've even read about birth defects, and just the list goes on. There's been a lot of research done with, you know, how bad these chemicals actually are. How the hell do they get away with it? Well, from what I can figure out in my tiny amount of research on this subject, is that there's a loophole in that in tiny amounts in one product, you are okay, and your body can handle it, much as your body can handle a certain amount of alcohol. Alcohol is, at the end of the day, you know, it's a poison, it's a toxin, and your body can process certain things, certain amounts. But think about this, it's the cumulative effect of all of these toxins. So think about this, okay? So we get up in the morning and we wash our hair, we put shower gel on, we then put conditioner on our hair, then we wash our face. Then, I mean, we don't all do this every day. I like to be a bit smelly sometimes, and it's good for the skin. No, we brush our teeth, don't we? We use mouthwash, we put deodorant on, we put body lotion on, we put perfume on. Then we clean the pots, we clean the house, we put air fresheners on, we put candles on. Then we might put a load of washing in, we put fabric conditioner. Even worse, I bought them too, those scent balls, like seriously, like cancer in a bottle. I used to use those because the reason I like essential oils, I like things that smell nice. Then it's like skincare. Think about skincare, think about makeup. Okay, I'm not going to go any further because already it's like, whoa, this is a lot. Let's go back to the list that I just started with. So we've got, I'm looking at my slides over here on Zoom if you want to come over to Zoom. Think about shampoo, think about shower gel, what's in them, the bad stuff. I'm not going to bore you to death with a huge list. I've just picked off a few when I was doing my research. Sulfates, parabens, fragrance. What can we do? it's pretty simple. Choose shampoos and shower gels without those things in, without parabens in. Choose sulfate free. Even the big brands are cottoning onto this now, and they make like low sulfate Lviv and stuff like that. The big brands know that this massive growth and awareness is happening. I've noticed a huge change in the advertising around air fresheners. I also got into, and I'm not someone that argues online, I don't do that. I got into a bit of beef with some kind of social media person from an air freshener company about the way that they were marketing their products on Facebook and the words that they were using. Very, very misleading, I feel. So let's talk about the deodorant. There's something called DEA that is linked to cancer. I can never say this word. Phthalates, PHTHALATES. Tricloban parabens. So what can you do with deodorant? It's actually a big growth area. Choose a deodorant, a natural deodorant that is aluminium free, that is paraben free. These products exist, okay? Perfume, one of the biggest no-nos and the biggest thing, one of the things I've dropped. I don't wear perfume anymore. So if you know me, don't buy me perfume for my birthday. Carcinogens, reproductive toxins, skin allergens, neurotoxicants. Easy solution. I haven't got any actual pure fume. This is like a homemade blend here that I use for like work. But easy. Essential oils. You don't have to make your own blend. I would highly recommend something like neroli. Oh my god, like every time I smell neroli, I just want to die in heaven. Jasmine, anything like that, ready diluted in a roller. Can you spray perfume on your face and it's good for your skin? No, you can roll neroli all over your face and it's really good for your skin. Let's go to the cleaning products. Parabens, chlorine, triclosan, phthalates, sodium hydroxide. The list for the cleaning products, toxic ingredients, was so huge. There's no way I was going to put them all on. What can we do for cleaning products? Easy. We can buy clean, which I've done in the past, like e-cover method and so on. That's a really great one. That's a massive step in the right direction. Or you can DIY. So I use this. I use a lot of this. It's highly concentrated, but basically, as I'm someone that doesn't want to fanny around too much with making my own product, I pour a bit of that into a glass spray bottle. I've not got one here. I've just cleaned the house with one today. I have one bottle in my cleaning caddy now, one bottle. And if I want to, I put in a few essential oil drops in there. Or what you can do is put the essential oil directly onto a washable cloth, and that just smells amazing, like a bit of lemon. This is already scented with the blend called On Guard, which is like really kind of spicy and clovey. It's really nice, and it's got orange in there as well. You can really go to town with making your own cleaning products, and we'll talk about that a bit further on. Air fresheners and candles. It always amazes me. People are quite aware about air fresheners now and just how bad they are. Again, the fragrance, the fake fragrance, we'll talk about that in a sec. Toluene, I can't even pronounce that. Formaldehyde. Like you can kill somebody with formaldehyde. So air fresheners, absolute no-brainer. Just stop. Don't use them. They're so bad. Get a diffuser. What makes me laugh is when people aren't aware about diffusers and essential oils and stuff like that. They might think, oh God, don't put that near me. I've got a bit of, I've got a really sensitive chest or whatever. It's literally just plant oil and water. That's it. Like there's nothing bad going into the ether. I think our growing awareness on this subject is sometimes confused with when people see a diffuser. By all means, check out if the essential oil that's being diffused is pure, because there's a lot of crap essential oils out there that are just synthetic fragrance, and they're just as bad. Even if it says pure, even if it says natural, it's an unregulated industry. There's about 3 brands of essential oils that actually are 100% plant. Candles are not good for you. I actually pasted it in here and then I had to take it out because there was just too many images in the slides. And there was a really interesting article in the Daily Mail of all places, and it was showing all the top expensive candles, Jo Malone included. I love Jo Malone as a brand, I guess, but I don't know. We're even learning that the really high-end brands have a lot of toxic products. And it said that if you burn a candle in a room, it's the equivalent to a diesel engine fumes being blown into that room for like 16 minutes. Each candle had a different amount of minutes on the image, and I was like, oh my God, you know, even candles can be really toxic. I believe it is possible to have non-toxic candles. I think if it's natural beeswax, and maybe using essential oils as well, but just please don't think that candles are like a natural non-toxic way to freshen the air. They're not. So yeah, washing detergent and fabric conditioner. This is something I have chosen to go all in on. We no longer have, as of this past weekend, I actually got rid of the big tub of washing powder, and fabric conditioner. I actually gave it to a relative that just was happy to have it. Better than throwing it away, I guess. And I actually do make my own. I can get my head around making my own washing liquid, because it's not, for me so far, it's still holding my interest. Further down the road, doTERRA do a On Guard detergent, like a big bottle, and it's ultra concentrated, so you need like a drop, and it's totally all natural. There are other brands as well that we all know, like Ecover and so on. I'm going to tell you one thing here, that if you do one thing after watching this today, don't use fabric conditioner anymore. First of all, you don't need to. I think we all use fabric conditioner because we like our clothes to smell nice after they come out of the wash. So they are one of the worst culprits when it comes to toxins. I make my own fabric conditioner, literally Epsom salts in a big mason jar, Epsom salts, and if the jar's about this big, I buy it in bulk, Epsom salts off Amazon. I've got a link later on. I drop in about 30, not even like 20 to 30 drops of a really citrusy, like I love lemongrass oil, or I like peppermint as well. So that, and then you put a scoop of that directly in the machine, okay? So that is a really easy DIY fabric conditioner. And skincare, so I'm not going to make my own moisturizer and stuff like that. For me, it's one step too far. So I do use the doTERRA range, which is paraben-free, sulfate-free, phthalates-free. I think with most skincare, you get, if you buy it in a shop, you're probably going to get about 70-80% purity in terms of non-toxic ingredients. They're the main culprits to look out for: fragrance, parabens, SLS, sulfates. So I personally use doTERRA's skincare range. One thing I do is I make my own like skin serum, and you can get glass bottles. I've put a list on Amazon of all the things that I regularly buy in this area, and I buy a glass dropper bottle about that big. I buy a box of them, and I make my own like serums out of it. And I get frankincense, which is one of the best things for your skin. Also geranium, copaiba. And I put about 20 drops in, and then I half fill the dropper bottle with carrier oil because I want it to be quite potent. And that's it. If something homemade is like literally oils and water, or oils and carrier oil, or like squirt that in with some water, I'm in. And that is an example of that. Okay, so if you want to see these slides, there's way more information on the visual version of this presentation than you guys on Instagram are seeing right now. So everybody that's come, if you drop a heart underneath the presentation, I will ping the slides over to you, or even better, well, you don't want to put your email address on there. So drop a heart, I'll message you, you send me your email address and I'll send you the slides. There's a load more information on this visually that I'm not going to talk it all through. Suffice to say, there's some information on there on fragrance, what's actually in your fragrance, talking about hormone disruptors and reproductive and toxicants and so on. It gets a lot more scientific on this slide. There's just like a lot of information, and I went down a real rabbit hole, and I wanted to present it visually because it's quite boring if you're just reeling off names of things. One visual on there that I would really encourage you to read up on yourself is fluoride. Huge debate around fluoride, which I've only really got realised. was even a thing. And obviously they put fluoride in our water, and a lot of people choose to get a filter on their actual water system to prevent that from happening, because fluoride is a toxin, it's a poison. Obviously they put it in toothpaste as well. doTERRA have a fluoride-free toothpaste that we do use as a family. It's still a bit of a debate in this house. And we do have Colgate in the house. Colgate in the house. Because Adam wants to use Colgate. Absolutely fine. Now I've read up a bit more about fluoride. I choose to use a fluoride-free toothpaste, and the doTERRA one is really, really nice. My nephew stayed at the weekend and said, "Oh, I really like this toothpaste." So if you want to have a look at these slides, there's a lot more information on them. Drop a heart below and I'll ping them to you. So they're the main areas in terms of like the toxic things that we're using in our home and why they're kind of bad, without getting too sciencey on you. So next, let's talk about how do we get around this? And also, how do we get around it as like busy parents and busy people who just want the easy solutions and the easy ways to like get rid of the unbelievable crap that's in our products and make better choices. And people think it's more expensive. It's actually not. You pay for a highly concentrated, I don't know the price for this off the top of my head, but a highly concentrated natural cleaner concentrate, or some, the only oils I use for cleaning are the cheapest oils because I'm cleaning with them. So lemon, lemongrass, lime, tangerine, wild orange, anything like that, peppermint. So effective and so nice to use as well, and they smell so good. So let's prioritize. Number one, get rid of fake fragrance. And I know it's hard to get your head around the fact that fabric conditioner, it smells good, but it's so bad for you. Perfumes, that is such a hard one, isn't it? To get your head around that all these perfumes, people have bought you them, they're expensive, they're so bad for you. The first time I heard about this was I was listening to Goop podcast, and Michelle Pfeiffer has set up a perfume company about this whole topic. And you might see now there's a company called Fern that does pure fumes. For me, the easiest pure fume is a bottle of essential oil, a roller, and then that's it. Like I said before, neroli, amazing. Jasmine, amazing. If you want to buy some perfume, an essential oil as a perfume, message me and ask me, and I'll send you the links and all the information to the ones that are the most popular. Rose, I have a rose roller, pure rose. I put it on under my eyes and then I put it on as perfume. You get so many more benefits from this kind of way of life and these products. A really amazing thing that because of the last minute nature of me flying in here and changing locations and stuff, I didn't have a chance to bring in some of my favorite things. One of my favorite things at the minute is a glass spritzer bottle. Again, I buy them off Amazon. It's about that big. It's the one that it's like so you use it for like a pillow spray or a laundry spray or a room spray. So we have a really smelly Labrador, and what I've started doing, I've got these spritzer glass bottles, and I put in, so that's a perfect one, that's Citrus Bliss. They had a promo on this last month, so I got a couple of bottles of this. That's a great one to put in a spritzer bottle and top it up with like filtered water, and just use it, just spray it madly everywhere. Some people add like vodka, and some people add like vinegar to keep it. I don't add vinegar or vodka to my spritzer sprays. I go all around the sofas where the dog has been sat, on the rugs. I spray laundry as it comes out the machine with a spray, and it is literally, in that spray is water and essential oil. Give it a shake before you use it. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to walking around the house with this spritzer. I mean, you could spray it on your face when you get hot. You can spray it on your office, the carpet around in your office. You can spray it anywhere. And what's so nice is, there's nothing bad in it. Thinking back to the times when I bought Febreze and all those things, I just like now shudder in horror about the things that I bought in the past. knowing that they are so bad for us and our families. So that's number one, get rid of fake fragrance. So we're talking diffuse instead, we're talking make sprays, we're talking ditch your perfume and use neroli and rose and jasmine and so on. Okay, number two, cleaning and laundry. You can go DIY and it's not hard, and I've got some recipes in this presentation, so drop a heart below this chat on Instagram and I'll send you this presentation because I'm doing this on Zoom as well. So you can make your own and it's not hard, and I like doing it. However, if you can't be asked, then doTERRA I haven't got one on me right now, a bottle of laundry detergent. It's ultra concentrated, you only need a lot. It's the same range as this. I have done both, and I think I'll probably get tired of making my own laundry detergent in the not too distant future, and I'll go back to using the doTERRA detergent. The cleaning spray, you just get one of these, you put a bit in again, buy your glass bottles off Amazon with a spray, and I use that and I top it up with extra oils, and I use that. I've got one spray for the whole house. Next, I've got all the recipes there, so yeah, message me and I'll send them to you. Toiletries. So shampoo and conditioner, I'm not going to make my own shampoo and conditioner. Some people do. Another option that I've not included on here, but something I did for a while, you can do the whole no poo movement, which I tried, and I actually believe in that quite a lot. However, I like the feeling of like washing my hair. I've done Dr. Bronner's before, which is just essential oil flavored, scented Castile soap. Castile soap is an amazing ingredient, a clean ingredient to have in your cupboard. So shower gels, you could go for like a natural range. Again, in this presentation I've got a picture here of the doTERRA range, which is so this is from their website. doTERRA will never use artificial colours, DEAs, formaldehydes, parabens, phthalates, propylene glycol, sodium lauryl sulfates, sodium lauryl, sorry, I've already said that. There's two different types of sulfates, toluene or triol, another word I can't say. So it's a really good range. It's a really clean range. I can rate for this range. I've used most of the products there. A really nice DIY serum that I mentioned before, get a little dropper oil, put some essential oils in. I like it quite potent, like 15, 20 drops. And half fill it with carrier oil. So I use the fractionated coconut oil that you can get from doTERRA. DIY bath salts, Epsom salts. So you know that fabric conditioner, which is just a big jar of Epsom salts with oils in, that's also a bath salt. Scoop of that. If you want it to be even more oil scented for a bath, you get the scoop, and before you put it in the bath, you just drop a few extra ones in, right? And put it straight in the bath. DIY bath oil, carrier oil plus essential oil. It's easy to make things like bath salts, bath oils, face serums. The rest I would buy personally. That's where I'm at with it. Toiletries continued. doTERRA do an amazing. I've tried about 4 different natural deodorants and they were all abysmal. Like, I'm not going to name and shame the brands, but they were terrible. And so I was a bit like, when I tried the doTERRA one, absolutely amazing. It's aluminium, paraben, phthalate, and talc free. It uses arrowroot, baking soda, and it comes in about 3 different essential oil scents, flavors, whatever you want to say. It also lasts ages and it's really effective. You do not smell when you use this. So I'm a big fan of that deodorant. There are loads of other natural deodorants out there. You can even make your own. I'm not going to be doing that, okay? So the toothpaste, we talked about it a bit ago. Very controversial question. Is fluoride-based toothpaste bad for you? I've read, I always like to get like both sides of the argument, and I normally go with the kind of, obviously I would go with like the science-backed thing, but it comes down to the fact that fluoride is toxic, and it's about how much of it you're consuming. And you're not going to consume, you know, it said something like on this fact checking website, something like if a child consumes half a tube of toothpaste, then that's how much it would take for it to be toxically poisoned. Well, I'd rather not put any toxic poison, because kids, especially my 2-year-old, does swallow toothpaste. And I just think as long as they're keeping good habits and not, you know, brushing their teeth regularly, easier said than done with a 2-year-old, not drinking too many fizzy drinks and so on. I choose to use fluoride-free toothpaste. My husband does use fluoride toothpaste still. Your call. doTERRA do a fluoride-free toothpaste. Let's talk about something that we've not kind of, it's slightly out of the realm of what we have been talking about. So it's not really about toxic products in our home, but food is a priority in terms of how can we ditch the toxins. So I've got a list again in the slides for those of you that just joined. If you put a heart below, I'll send you the slides because I'm doing this on Zoom as well. But there's something called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. So the Clean 15 are things that aren't affected that much. There's not by pesticides. There's not that much point in buying them organic. And then the Dirty Dozen are the worst offenders by buying when you don't buy organic. So I've gone all in and all out with organic. Sometimes I buy organic, sometimes I don't. And it's flipping expensive buying organic. And the vast majority of us can't afford to buy entirely organic food. So here's a little hack that you can do. And it involves this. Good job I remembered to bring this in. I'm like constantly doing that. But how amazing, honestly, my cleaning caddy and my kind of household caddy has been reduced so much. I have so few things in there now, and that is one of them. So this is what you can do with your food, right? It's called a fruit and veggie wash. Again, it's in the slides. You put 2 teaspoons of this in a sink full of water, and you put the fruit and veg in, and you leave it for a little while, and that will remove a huge amount of the pesticides that are on there. Of course, you can always peel as well. But you can't peel a strawberry though, you know. Or spinach, you know. You're going to need to wash that. Yeah, so that's I just thought that was worth putting in, because if we can reduce the toxic load with our perfume, with our cleaning products, with our makeup, with our shampoos, but then we're eating loads of like spinach and strawberries in a smoothie, but they're covered in pesticides, what's the point? So these are, for me, this is just like where I'm at with it all. And then the next kind of slide I've just put about natural health solutions. So we do a kit called Home Essentials Kit, and it's the most popular kit by miles. I'll show, well, I can't show you, but it's in the slides. And there's 10 oils in there. And I did a talk once about the top 10 oils, and the top 10 oils are in this kit, along with this diffuser. So basically each oil has a solution in terms of natural health. So oregano is amazing for a healthy immune system. It's also really good for throats. I gargled with oregano. I've taken it internally in a capsule. It's really good for gut cleansing. So very potent. It's a strong oil, though never put it on meat. Tea tree oil, I have like a spot on my neck. Maybe it's through like putting oils, like I don't know, but I've got a little spot. I'm always doing that with my hair, maybe that. Anyway, tea tree oil straight on it. Also anything antifungal. I've put tea tree oil in my kids, you know, like Child's Farm shampoos, or like phthalate free, paraben free, like kids shampoos. I've put tea tree in there. All 3 of my kids get this kind of funky scalp, and it is really good for clearing that. Anything like that, you know, like if you have eczema, if you have psoriasis, anything that's that type of thing, amazing. Melaleuca tea tree oil. So I'm just going through the 10 oils in this kit. So I'll try and do it super quick. Lemon, amazing for like detoxing. A cup of hot water, a drop of lemon, amazing. Also good for cleaning, which we've already talked about quite a bit. Frankincense, wonderful for on your skin, wonderful internally. Big subject, should you take essential oils internally? As a general rule, no. doTERRA essential oils are the purest, the best oils on the planet. They're certified pure therapeutic grade, and they're highly rigorously tested. There are certain oils it is safe to take internally if you wish to do that. If you're at all worried about it, then don't. I do choose to take some oils internally: lemon, frankincense. Frankincense is one of the only substances that breaks through the blood-brain barrier, so it's really good for brain health. I could go on. There's something in there for digestion. There's something in there for headaches. There's something in there for respiratory things. This kit is, what I'm saying is, instead of kind of going to the paracetamol all the time, which certain members of my household are guilty of, let's go for, I'm not saying we don't use paracetamol. First, I will go to peppermint or a blend called Past Tense for my headaches, which I already get, and then I would take paracetamol. Or first I would put Zengest on my stomach for indigestion, and before I went to have a Remy, is what I'm saying. Okay, also self-care. We're talking today about low tox living and reducing the toxic load. Let's talk about toxins: alcohol, caffeine, smoking, sugar. We all do it. Nobody's perfect, least of all me. Far, far from it. However, what I've found since quitting alcohol is that it's been really nice to have an emotional crutch in the shape of essential oils. A crutch sounds a bit unhealthy. There's what I've got here is a picture of the emotional aromatherapy kit, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rollers, and each one has a purpose. One is for cheerfulness, one is for passion, one is for forgiveness, one is for motivation, one is for peace, and one is for consolation. So what's nice is going to the oils instead of kind of having unhealthy, maladaptive behaviors in times of stress. And I do think that has a part in this conversation of like reducing toxins in our life. So there's lots of ways to get started with this. I've got in the slides, if you want to see the slides, drop a heart below and I'll ping them to you. In the slides here that I'm looking at over on Zoom, there's one main kit that is about this subject, and it's called the Natural Solutions Kit. It's not cheap. If you message me, I will send you a picture of it and a list of what's in it, and we can talk about that. The most popular kit by a mile is the Home Essentials Kit, which I've just talked about, which is like 10 oils and a diffuser. The Natural Solutions Kit, the more expensive one, it has everything in it. It's got the shampoo, the conditioner, the clean toiletries. It's got loads of immunity support. It's got supplements. It's got the whole shebang. And then we've got a much more affordable one that is really popular, which is the Home Essential Kit in smaller bottles. Whatever your budget, what I find like frustrating, sometimes it's perceived. Good essential oils are not cheap. However, there is something for everybody. Even if you've decided you're going to get a lemon oil and a peppermint oil, and you're going to get some bottles of Amazon, and you're going to get some Castile soap, and that's where your low tox journey is going to begin, I can sort you out with some lemon and peppermint oil. You don't have to become a member. The cheapest way to buy is 100% to become a member. You get 25% off retail price. You get me as your kind of oil wing woman. You get a welcome pack with information in it. You get inclusion into like a community where you can ask questions. You get access to like a points system, which is like a Boots card thing where you accumulate points. You don't have to buy a kit either. You can go in and just buy whatever you want. I've got a slide here. If I created my perfect non-toxic kit from doTERRA, it would include the shampoo and conditioner, the deodorant, the toothpaste, the laundry detergent, the cleaning concentrate, which I keep showing, the diffuser, and probably about 5 oils. I've got peppermint, lemon, melaleuca, wild orange. I would also include probably lemongrass and lime in there. So I can put together for you a kit of what I use personally and what reflects where I'm at now, which is covering off cleaning, toiletries, air freshening, food preparation, self-care, perfume. It's covering off a lot of the toxic stuff that we've talked about. So next steps. If you, what's interesting is if this has grabbed your attention and you're like, I do want to do this, don't let the moment run away. Drop a heart below. I'll send on these slides and we'll figure out a good way to help you be more low tox. You know, it's not, you're never going to be non-toxic. No one is. Low tox is the aim. Yeah, so drop a heart below and I'll send you the slides. I've got some links that I can send across to you and you can just go ahead. I've got a store and you can just do it yourself. If you don't want to, I've got an order form I can send to you. I've also got an Amazon low tox shopping list. The link is here. I think how to do this. I could put these links. These links are in my link tree. My store is in my link tree. My order form is. The Amazon low tox shopping list isn't, but I'll put it in there. Which has got all of my essentials that I would say you need if you're going to go low tox. So like Castile soap, Epsom salts, little dropper bottles, little spray bottles. Yeah, and you know what? They come and you're like, oh, and Adam's like, oh, spending loads of money on this, but you save a lot of money. You really do save a lot because cleaning products and shampoo and perfume and toothpaste, it adds up. This is actually a really economical way to live as well. And it's a really old-fashioned way to live, as several people have pointed out to me. And if my nan was still alive, she would love all this because it's a really old-fashioned way to live, and we're going back to basics with a lot of this. So I thought I'd finish with a little ramble there. Thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Bye, Zoom.